All right. So, right hand, fist, power, left hand, fingers together, friendship, talking to the thumb. Stay humble. Fist into the palm. Welcome. Good to see everyone. Thank you guys for thanks for braving the cold. All right. Wuji position. Feet shoulder, hip distance apart, about from here out, depending on how hard you want to work your legs. Nice gentle bend in the knees, tucking in the tailbone, and then the head lifted by that silk thread. Okay, so it gives you good straight posture. We're going to start with our deep breathing. Okay, inhale the hands up and exhale, relax the hands down. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Push the hands in front of us next. Inhale to the heart and exhale. Inhale and exhale the hands down. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Arms over the head next. Inhale to the heart. Do what's comfortable for your shoulder. Exhale, hands up over the head. Inhale and exhale. Big, deep belly breath in. Long, slow breath out. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale. Arms to the side. Inhale to the heart and exhale. Inhale. Exhale the hands down. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more time to the side. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Giving a big hug. Inhale the arms up. Keep inhaling as you open the arms up. Exhale, pushing the hands together. Keep exhaling as you float the hands down. Nice. Big, deep belly breath in. And long, slow breath out. Inhale. And exhale. Nice. Arms in the diagonals. Inhale to the heart. Left up, right down. Exhale. Keep that upper body nice and straight. In either left is fine. Inhale to the heart. Right hand up, left hand down. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Try to not lean. Keep that body straight. Inhale. Keep looking straight ahead. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Keep that upper body straight. Make sure you don't lean. Inhale. And exhale. Nice. Inhale to the heart. And exhale, relax the hands down. I'm going to get a drink of water. All right. So, flapping the arms like bird wings. Do what your shoulder allows you to do. Don't force anything, all right? So from the Wuji position, take a long, slow, deep belly breath in. And then exhale, floating the hands down, nice and slow. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Nice. And then lastly, we're going to gather chi. Big, deep belly breath in. And long, slow breath out. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And there you go. That's our deep breathing exercises. Quick word about your shoulder. Sometimes if we have shoulder issues, we have a tendency, like when we're lifting our hand up to try and lean to get our hand up higher, try to not do that. That's really, really bad for your posture. And you actually become a fall risk. So however high you can lift your shoulder is perfect. All right. Moving along, warm-up exercises. You guys excited? Yeah. All right. Chin tuck to get us started. Make sure you have a nice gentle bend in the knees. That's activating the leg muscles. Floating the hands up, shoulder height. Hands to the chest, tucking in the chin. Keep looking straight ahead. Hands come out, chin gently floats up. And then we sink the chin down to the chest. Again, we float the hands up in front of us, shoulder height. Keep looking straight ahead, tucking in that chin as you look straight ahead. Hands come out, chin gently floats up, and then we sink the chin down to the chest. Again, floating the hands up in front of us, tucking in that chin as we bring the hands to the chest, feeling the stretch on the back of the neck. Hands come out, chin gently floats up, and then we sink the chin to the chest without leaning forward. Beautiful. Next neck exercise, we're going to look side to side. Try and keep your shoulders square to the front. All right? Probably right here would be a good spot for you to sit. Sure. So next, we're going to go side to side. We're trying to just work the neck. So try and keep your shoulders square to the front. So I'm not turning my shoulders, but I'm turning my neck from one side to the other. Okay? So from the Wuji position, feet shoulder, hip distance apart. Nice, gentle bend in the knees. Head lifted by that silk thread. Prayer hand position. Tai Chi ball, right hand is on top. Watching the left hand going over the left shoulder, looking left, pushing down on the right. And then we come back to center. Now the left hand is on top. Watching the right hand going over the right shoulder, looking right, pushing down left. And we come back to center. Standing up nice and straight and tall. Right hand's on top. Left hand, left shoulder, looking left, pushing down on the right. And we come back to center. Left hand is on top. Watching the right hand going over the right shoulder, looking right, pushing down left. And we come back to center. Pause for 1 second. The primary exercise is turning the neck side to side. If you're having trouble doing the hands, don't worry about it, all right? So, Tai Chi ball, just ignore what I say about the hands, right? Right hand is on top. Turning the left or turning the neck, looking over the left shoulder, bring the left hand with you if you're able to. And then we come back to center. Now the left hand is on top. Watching the right hand going over the right shoulder, looking right, pushing down on the left. And then we come back to center, back to prayer hands, and relax the hands down. Beautiful. Let's do that exercise one time without the arms, just to show you the basic thing on that exercise. You don't have to worry so much about the hands. It does good brain work because you're crossing over that center brain barrier as you do it. But primary on that exercise is to work the neck. So if I'm looking straight ahead and then I just turn and look over my left shoulder, feeling the stretch on the neck. And then we come back to center, pause at center, and then look over the right shoulder. Whatever is comfortable for you, never, never, never force the neck, and then you come back to center. Beautiful. That's primarily what you're trying to do with that exercise. If you can add the hands, awesome. If you can't, it's all right. All right? All right. Forward shoulder circles. Wow, I got to learn how to talk. All right. From the Wuji position, keep a bend in those knees. That's activating those leg muscles. Keep that body posture nice and straight. We're going to bring the shoulders back and then up, then forward without leaning forward and down. Shoulders back, up, forward, and down. Keep that good posture. Shoulders back, up, forward, and down. Now reverse. Shoulders forward, then up, then back, and down. Forward, up, back, and down. Nice and slow. Forward, up, back, and down. Nice. Gathering chi, reaching for infinity, kind of gently reaching out. Imagine someone is very gently pulling at your wrist as you reach. So the hands aren't just out here, but you're kind of gently reaching out and you feel a stretch in your shoulder and your elbow. Okay? Again, do what your body lets you do. Don't force anything. All right? Gently reaching out, reaching up. Feel the body open and expand. Beautiful. Relax the hands down, nice and slow. Slower is better. Once again, gently reaching out, reaching up, and relax the hands down, nice and slow. Gently reaching out, reaching up. It'll make you want to smile, but don't do it. And then relax the hands down. So I see how this goes. I tell you guys not to smile, and you smile. Okay, I see how it's going. All right, touching heaven and earth. Now we're opening up the body vertically, so you're lifting that head towards the ceiling. Okay, so from the prayer hand position, left hand up, right hand down. I'm gently floating my head towards the ceiling. And then we come back to center. Make sure you keep looking straight ahead. Right hand up, left hand down, floating the head towards the ceiling. Keep looking straight ahead. And we come back to center. Pause for just 1 second. Keep your chin level to the ground. So I'm floating my head towards the ceiling. I'm not looking up towards the ceiling. All right? Prayer hand position. Left hand up, right hand down, gently stretching the spine. Nice. Coming back to center. Right hand up, left hand down, gently stretching that spine. Nice. And back to center one more time. Left hand up, right hand down, gently stretching the spine. And we come back to center. Right hand up, left hand down, gently stretching the spine. And we come back to center, back to prayer hands. Relax the hands down. Sorry, I was distracted. Somebody came flying through the parking lot. This car just flew through the parking lot. Pardon me? Yeah, they can be. Well, and you drive like an idiot like that, yeah. All right, next exercise. Keeping our hips square to the front. We're turning our navel from the left side to the right side without moving the hips. So you're not trying a really big turn here. It's a nice gentle turn to the left, a nice gentle turn to the right. So I'm not trying to twist myself into a pretzel, all right? So prayer hand position. Tai Chi ball, left hand is on top. Left hand's on top. Gently turn to the left. Stay on the left side as you turn the ball over. Right hand's on top. And then gently turn to the right. Stay on the right side, turning the ball over. Left hand's on top. Gently turn to the left. Stay on the left side, turning the ball over. Right hand's on top. gently turn to the right. Turning the ball over, left hand's on top. Try to not move the hips. Gently turn to the left. Stay on the left side as you turn the ball over. Right hand's on top. Gently turn to the right. And then we turn the ball over. We come back to center, back to prayer hands, and relax the hands down. Awesome. Shake those legs loose. We're going to do one more exercise before we sit down, all right? We're going to do a leg strengthening exercise, okay? If you wouldn't mind, that strap from your bag or your purse is just, I just don't want you to catch it with your toe. Awesome. No problem. No problem. All right. We're doing a leg strengthening exercise. Really important that you use your chairs, you keep your knee bent, and you keep your body straight. All right. So not only in this direction, this perspective, if you will, you're keeping your body straight this way, but also from this way that you're not leaning forward, but keeping that back nice and straight. All right. We live in a 360-degree world, so we got to make sure we're watching all of that. Okay. So from the Wuji position, we're going to weight shift to the left, keeping a bend in the left knee. All your weight is on the left. Right foot, cat stance. And then we tap the right toe to the front, empty. And return to the cat stance. Tapping the right toe to the side, keeping all the weight left. Keep looking straight ahead. And cat stance. And then tapping the right toe behind us, keeping plenty of space between our feet. Keep that upper body nice and straight. And cat stance, and then back to Wuji. All right, same thing, other side, weight shifts to the right, bend in the right knee, use that chair, left cat. Keep that upper body straight, keep looking straight ahead. Tapping the left toe to the front, empty. And cat stance. Tapping the left toe to the side, keep all your weight right, use your chair, stay safe. And cat stance. And then tapping the left toe behind us. Keep that upper body straight, make sure you're not leaning, keep plenty of space between your feet. And cat stance. And then back to Wuji. Awesome. Shake those legs loose. You guys want to do that one more time? Good. Okay. We'll do it one more time. If your legs are tired, stop. Just stop and sit down, okay? I'm not trying to wear anybody out. We're trying to build your leg strength, okay? All right. So, Wuji position. Weight shifts to the left. Bend in the left knee, right foot, cat stance. Keep looking straight ahead as you do this. Tap the right toe to the front, empty. And back to the cat stance. Tapping the right toe to the side, empty. And cat stance. And tapping the right toe behind us. Keep plenty of space between the feet. Nice. Doing well. Cat stance. And then back to Wuji. Awesome. Same thing, other side. Weight shifts to the right. Bend in the right knee, left foot, cat stance. Keep that upper body straight. Keep looking straight ahead. Tapping the left toe to the front. And cat stance. Tapping the left toe to the side. And cat stance. And then tapping the left toe behind us. Plenty of space between the feet. Good work. And cat stance. Use your chair. Stay safe. And then we come back to the Wuji position. Nice. Let's just do that the rest of the hour. Wouldn't that be fun? All right. Shake those legs loose. Have a seat if you need to. Isn't that a fun exercise? I'll let you know, some of my students actually do that exercise, and they'll do it without chairs. But they do cat stance and then forward, cat stance to the side, cat stance and back, floating the foot the whole time. So all your weight has to be on that one leg. So that's a good thing to shoot for. Don't have to ever get there. But it's a good advantage of getting there though, right? All right. I think I can see everybody from here. All right. Okay. Everybody having fun? Pardon me? Don't let it down? Oh. What is it? Was that a reference to my dad jokes? Did you say that out loud? Hang on. Where? What did the gingerbread man put on his bed? A cookie sheet. Who said that? Oh, you were here yesterday. No one knows why a truckload of wigs fell on the highway and caused a major backup. The police are still combing the area. And then the other one, I don't know, I thought this was funny. It's not an adult joke, but it was kind of funny. I don't want an adult anymore. I don't even want to be a human. I want to be a goat. I want to jump around randomly, eat what I want, and headbutt anybody who annoys me. So if you want to be the goat, there you go. Greatest of all time, right? All right. So when we sit Tai Chi style, we sit up on the edge of the chair. Don't use the back of the chair. All right. Feet are flat on the floor, 90-degree bend between the upper and the lower leg. Kind of rock forward on the pelvis. Head is lifted by a silk thread. So I have good straight body posture in this direction. Also have good straight body posture in this direction. We find ourselves sometimes sitting like this, where we kind of roll the back and push the head forward. Instead, we want to try and sit like this. Don't have to sit this way 24/7, but it will help you to sit this way. It helps your respiratory system. It helps all the organs in your body. It really helps the back. In fact, Alan, who some of you know, Alan was here one day, and I said, sitting this way will help your back. And he was like, no, it won't. His back had been hurting him for a while. He's like, no, it won't. He said he was actually thinking this, but he decided to go home. He's like, well, what the heck? It's free. Let me give it a try. He came back next week, and he's like, that really works. He said, my back has been bothering me, and it stopped bothering me when I started trying to sit this way. So one of the things that it does is it helps increase that core strength, which helps support your back better. So if you practice sitting this way a little bit every day, it will help you. Okay? All right. Any questions about that? All right. So first hip exercise, we're going to turn to the right-hand side of the chair. Now in this exercise, you're opening your leg up. Keep the knee directly above the ankle. Okay? And if you have trouble doing the hands and the feet, concentrate on the legs, okay? So, prayer hand position, gently pushing against the right wall, opening up the left leg, keep the knee above the ankle. And we come back to center. Pushing against the right wall, opening up the left leg. And we come back to center. One more time, pushing against the right wall, opening up the left leg. Feel that nice stretch in the hip. And then we come back to center and relax the hands down. Turn to the left-hand side of the chair. We're going to do the same thing, other side. So, prayer hand position. Gently pushing against the left wall, opening up the right leg. Feel that stretch. And back to center. Pushing against the left wall, opening up the right leg. Keep the knee above the ankle. Good job. And back to center. One more time, pushing against the left wall, opening up the right leg. Feel that nice stretch. And then we come back to center, Relax the hands down, turn back to center, and shake our legs loose. Good job. Next, hip exercise. 2 motions with the leg. We're going to lift the knee up, push the foot down, keeping the body straight, keeping the back straight. It will help you. Most common thing I see with this is someone will lift up their knee and try and lean back simultaneously. That's what we're not wanting you to do. We want to focus on these core muscles, also focuses on the hip. So as you lift the knee, try and gently lift your head towards the ceiling, and that'll help keep your back straight. Okay? Everybody goes, yes, that's awesome. Thank you very much. Lifting up the left leg, pulling the knee up to the chest, hands behind us, keep the back and body straight. And relax. Hands in front of us, pushing down on the left foot, hard as you can, trying to drive that left foot through the floor, and then relax. Lifting the left leg up, hands are behind us, keep the back and the body straight, and relax. Hands in front of us, pushing down on the left foot, hard as you can, push, 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 and relax. One more time. When you're doing this exercise, keep looking straight ahead. Don't look down at the ground. Keep looking straight ahead. It'll help you with your posture, okay? So I'm lifting the left leg up, hands are behind us. Gonna hold this for a half an hour. Just kidding. Relax the hands down. Hands in front of us, pushing down on the left foot, hard as you can, trying to drive it through the floor, and relax. Beautiful. Same thing, other side, lifting the right leg up. Hands are behind us. Keep that back straight. Good job. And relax. Hands in front of us, pushing down on the right foot. Slow, steady pressure, pushing down. And relax. Lifting the right leg up. Hands are behind us. And relax. Hands in front of us, pushing down on the right foot, hard as you can, trying to drive it through the floor, and relax. Keep looking straight ahead. Lifting the right leg up, hands are behind us, pulling the knee to the chest, and then pushing the right leg down hard as you can, trying to drive it through the floor, and relax. Beautiful. Shake those legs loose. Having fun now? All right. Heel kick is next. 4 motions with the leg. We're lifting the leg up, kicking the leg out. As you kick the leg out, you're pushing out on the heel, up on the toe. And then we lift the leg back up, hold this position for the count of like 1, 2, and then float the foot to the ground. Okay? We're keeping the body straight in this direction, keeping the back straight from this perspective, and punching out the opposite hand if you're able to. Okay? Make sure you're smiling when you do all that, okay? So, hands loosely gripped at the belt line. Picking up the left leg. Heel kick left, punching out right fist, opposite hand. Picking up the left leg, let it hover there, and then float the foot to the ground. Picking up the right leg, heel kick right, punching out left fist. Picking up the right leg, let it hover there, and then float the foot to the ground. Beautiful. Give you one hint on this. What we're trying to do is you try and lift your knee as high as you're able to without leaning back, all right? So if you can only lift your knee this high before you start rotating back, that's what you need to do, all right? But if you're able to lift your knee just a little higher, you're working these core muscles a little better, okay? And that's kind of why we're here, right? Besides for the dad jokes, right? Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yes. Well stated. Well stated. Sitting up, nice and straight and tall, hands loosely loosely fisted at the belt line. Easier for me to say. Picking up the left leg, heel kick left, punching out right fist. Picking up the left leg and then floating the foot to the ground. Picking up the right leg, heel kick right, punching out the left fist. Picking up the right leg and then float the foot to the ground. One more time. Picking up the left leg without leaning back. Heel kick left, punching out right fist. Picking up the left leg and floating the foot to the ground. Picking up the right leg, heel kick right, punching out the left fist. And then picking up the right leg and floating the foot to the ground. Beautiful. Go ahead, shake those legs loose. Good job. So one thing that seems to help, and this is a good idea, think about this not only while you're in class, but out there in the real world. Always imagine that your head is being lifted by a silk thread, okay? So we're not looking down this direction, but we're looking straight ahead, and my head is always gently lifted by that silk thread. That helps straighten our posture. It helps kind of open up this area of our body. If you think about it, when we sit like this, we're kind of scrunching all those organs, and there's a lot of major organs. Not all, but there's a lot of major organs here, so we're kind of scrunching all those organs together. So when my head is lifted by that silk thread, I'm opening up this area. I start to get better blood circulation, and hence the organs start to work better, okay? So just periodically throughout the day, or if you want to engage your spouse in this also, you can have them remind you, make sure your head is lifted by that silk thread, because it really helps you with your posture, okay? All right. Any questions about that? All right. So next exercise, toe kick. Same thing we just did, pardon me, but instead of pushing the heel forward, now you're pushing the toe forward, okay? I got to get a drink. Hang on. Sorry. I worked a large room with like 50 people in it yesterday, and they didn't have their microphone working, so I had to talk really loud for like an hour, 15 minutes. So, shot in my voice. My wife was very happy. She was just ecstatic about that, but still paying the price today. All right, toe kick. Lifting up the left leg. Toe kick left, punching out right fist. Picking up the left leg, let it hover there, and then float the foot to the ground. Picking up the right leg, toe kick right, punching out left fist. That head's lifted by that silk thread. Picking up the right leg and floating the foot to the ground. Picking up the left leg, toe kick left, punching out right fist. Picking up the left leg, floating the foot to the ground. Picking up the right leg, toe kick right, punching out left fist. Picking up the right leg, let that foot hover, and float that foot to the ground. Beautiful. We're going to do it one more time. Make sure after you're done kicking that you come back to this position. Again, you're trying to lift your knee as high as you're able to while keeping your back straight. Pause for a moment and then float the foot down. It's going to give you better benefit when you do that, okay? Picking up the left leg, toe kick left, punching out right fist. Picking up that left leg, let that foot hover there, and then float the foot to the ground. Picking up the right leg, toe kick right, punching out left fist. And then picking up that right leg and float the foot to the ground. Make sure you're keeping your body and back straight. All right. Good job. Shake those legs loose. Well done. Everybody having fun now? Yeah. All right. Because I got more dad jokes if you need them. All right. So stand if you're able to. We're going to do a few more exercises. Pardon me. So ankle exercises, do these every day. It's important that you have strong and flexible ankles, all right? So make sure that you're using your chair as you do this, all right? So hold on to your chair because I want everyone to be safe. Let's go in this holiday season. By the way, nice red. Nice red holiday season color. Yeah, I appreciate that. Let's go in this holiday season. Can you believe 2 weeks from yesterday, or 3 weeks from yesterday, it's Christmas? Can't believe it. Wow, that's crazy. All right, ankle exercise. Weight shifts to the right. All of your weight is on the right. Holding onto that chair if you need to. Left foot, touch heel, and then toe. Use your chair. Heel and toe. Keep looking straight ahead. Heel and toe, heel, toe. It'll help you if you use your chair. Heel, toe, heel, toe. One more time. Heel and toe. And then we come back to center. Pause for 1 second. So we're working on a couple things on this exercise. The first thing we're working on is our ankles. But as all of our weight is on one leg, you want to keep your body straight so you're not leaning back as you're doing this, but you're keeping your body straight in this direction, also keeping your body straight in this direction so you're not leaning back. Okay? Using your chair will help you with that. You don't want to be leaning on your chair, but just use your chair to kind of help you. It's like an exercise aid, if you will. Okay? So, with that in mind, weight shifts to the left, bending the left knee. Pardon me, right foot, Dutch heel, and then toe. Keep looking straight ahead, heel, and toe. Heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe. Make sure you're standing up straight, heel, and toe. Beautiful. Let's go to our second ankle exercise. Weight shifts to the right, left foot touching little toe, and then big toe. Outside, inside. Little toe, big toe. One more time, little toe and big toe. Make sure you're standing up straight. Make sure you're not leaning. Shifting weight to the left, bending the left knee, right foot, little toe, and big toe. Outside and inside. Little toe, big toe, outside and inside. And then we come back to center. Awesome. So those are the warm-up exercises. Any questions on those? Okay. So next we're going to do a forward backward hip exercise. A couple of things on this. You're touching the heel in front of you, empty, so there's no weight on the foot. You're touching the toe behind you, also empty, so there's no weight on that foot. All right? From this perspective, as I step back, make sure you step wide. So I'm not doing this or this, but I'm doing this. Okay? You want that in your muscle memory that when you step back, you step wide because that's safe. When you start doing this, you put yourself on a balance beam and make yourself into a fall risk. All right? So from the side, as you're touching heel and toe, you're keeping your upper body straight. So I'm not leaning back and leaning forward, but I'm keeping my body straight as I touch heel and toe. Okay? And then finally, voice has changed. I guess I hit puberty already. Finally, as you touch heel and toe, don't just swing the leg through. Try and pick up the knee and touch the heel. Pick up the knee and touch the toe. You're not shifting weight, but you're trying to lift that knee. And that's what you want to be doing when you have Parkinson's and you move around. You want to make sure you lift your knees, okay? It's very important that you hold on to your chair because lifting that knee is going to test your balance. So make sure you're using the chair. Make sure you're staying safe, okay? Got all that? 20 things simultaneously. Weight shifts to the right, bending the right knee, empty left heel, hands behind us, and then lifting that knee, empty left toe, hands in front of us. Keep all your weight right. Lifting the knee, empty on the heel, lifting the knee, empty on the toe. That's what I get for trying to look around. Make sure you're stepping wide when you do that. Mr. Christmas, there you go. Lifting the knee, empty on the heel, and then lifting the knee, empty on the toe. And then we come back to center. Same thing, other side, weight shifts to the left. Use your chair, stay safe. Empty, right heel. Lifting the knee, empty, right toe. Lifting the knee, empty on the heel. Lifting the knee, empty on the toe. One more time, lifting the knee, empty on the heel. Lifting the knee, empty on the toe. And we come back to center. Awesome. Questions about that exercise? Um, Holding onto your chair will help you with that exercise, all right? What we find if you don't hold onto your chair, you're kind of bringing your leg back and forth and you're not doing that lifting of the knee. It's much better to hold onto the chair and lift that knee so you get it in your muscle memory, okay? Kitchens are great places to do that exercise. You trying to get my adrenaline pumping? Is it? Uh, Kitchens are really good places to do that exercise because you can hold on to the kitchen counter. So I could hold on to the kitchen counter and touch heel and toe. And everybody make sure you make it to the kitchen at least once a day, right? So and then you turn around and hold on to that kitchen counter and touch heel and toe. Make sure you're lifting your knee, okay? That's a really good place to practice that. And that exercise is dynamic balance, right? Because your legs in front, your legs in back, your legs up here, and you're trying to balance yourself the whole time. And that's one of the things Tai Chi is known for, is helping you with dynamic balance. Okay? All right. I can see how excited everybody is. I can feel the energy pouring off of you. So we're going to do the bow stance next. We're going to expand on that exercise. So where you were setting your heel out empty, we're going to set the whole foot down, but it's empty. There's no weight on that foot. All right? Then I'm going to shift my weight forward, 70% on that front foot, 30% on the back foot, leave the back heel down, and then I shift my weight back. So all the weight's on that back foot again, empty on that front foot, and then you come back to the Wuji position, okay? So let's try it with just the feet first, okay? Weight shifts to the right, bending the right knee, keep that good posture, make sure you're not leaning as you do this, stepping out empty with the left foot. Setting the left foot down, it's still empty, there's no weight on that left foot, all your weight's right. Now shift 70% of the way to that left foot. Don't overstep. Nice, easy steps. Try and keep that back heel down. Weight shifts back. All the weight's on that back leg, on the right leg. And then we come back to Wuji. Same thing, other side. Weight shifts to the left, stepping out empty right foot. This is an empty step. Setting the right foot down, no weight on it. All your weight's still on the left. Now you shift your weight to the right, 70% on the right foot. Weight shifts back, and we come back to center. Beautiful. I'll give you a hint about this. As you step out, that front foot, you want the toe facing forward, okay? If you toe out, your energy is going to go in that direction. So you want your toe forward, so your energy is going, your intent, as the Chinese call it, is going forward, okay? Weight shifts to the right, stepping out empty left foot. Toe is facing forward. Setting the left foot down, weight still on the right. Now you shift your weight to the left. 70% of the weight is on the left. Leave that back heel down. Weight shifts back, all the weight's on the right, and then we come back to the Wuji position. Same thing, other side, weight shifts to the left, bending the left knee, stepping out empty right foot, toe is facing forward, setting the right foot down without any weight on it, shifting 70% of the weight to that right leg, keep that back heel down, then we shift our weight back, and we come back to center. Beautiful. I'm going to do that again. If when you're shifting your weight, you want to keep your back heel down, all right? So we're trying not to lift that back heel. If you're lifting your back heel, it probably means you're stepping out too far. So pull that front foot back, okay? Weight shift to the right, stepping out empty left foot. Toes facing forward. Setting the left foot down without any weight on it. Shifting all of the weight, or 70% of the weight, to the left. Keep that right heel down. Weight shifts back, and we come back to center. Same thing, other side. Weight shifts left, stepping out empty right. No weight on the right foot. Toe is facing forward. Setting the right foot down, still no weight on it. All your weight is back on that left leg. Now shifting 70% of the weight to that right leg. And then the weight shifts back and we come back to center. Beautiful. All right, I think it's a good place to stop. Question? If you want to, you can add a punch with that also, truly making that a bow stance, but get your footwork right first. So I know everybody's going to practice that one at home. Hallways are really good places to practice that because you have a wall on either side if you need it. So you can practice stepping out and you have a hallway, that wall to hold on to as you do that weight shift. Okay? It also helps to make sure with a hallway, you tend to not go to one side or the other. You kind of go down the hallway, right? Because it becomes really obvious if you have a wall staring you in the face, right? So the hallway kind of helps you redirect your energy. Okay? All right. Any questions? All right, let's have a seat. We'll do one more exercise before we meditate. Is everybody having fun? All right. You are? I appreciate that very much. So we're going to do an exercise where we lean to one side, lean to the other side. Remember, we're not forcing anything. We're leaning to one side. We feel our muscles kind of tighten up, and then we breathe relaxation into our muscles, all right? So we're not trying to bounce or force anything. That's a really good way to tear a muscle. We don't want to do that, okay? So we're hooking our fingers together in front of us, okay? Now, as long as this is comfortable for you, you're bringing your hands up over your head as long as that's comfortable for you, and then gently leaning to the left side. Feel that stretch in the torso. Hold that position. Inhale and exhale. And then we come back to center and pause. Leaning to the right. Feel the stretch in the torso. Hold that position. Inhale and exhale. And then we come back to center. Once again, leaning to the left. Feeling that stretch. Hold that position. Inhale and exhale. Coming back to center. Pausing at the center. And then leaning to the right. Feel the stretch in the torso. And then we come back to center. Let's do that one more time. We're having so much fun. Leaning to the left. I had to tell you when you were having fun, you didn't know otherwise. And then we come back to center. Pause at the center. And then leaning to the right. Feel that stretch in the torso. And we come back to center. And relax the hands down. Awesome. Good job, everyone. Becomes more of a hand exercise when you link those fingers together, doesn't it? That helps the stretch in the torso when you do that. All right. Well, your hands are up over your head, so your elbows are kind of straight, but not all the way straight. It depends on how much your wrists bend. Because what you're actually trying to do is when you link the fingers together, you kind of rotate them and push them towards the ceiling. So your wrist is doing this type of thing. Yeah, you're trying to put your palms towards the ceiling ultimately because you feel that stretch in your arm when you do that, right? So when you link the fingers together, the palms are up here because you're nice and relaxed. But as you rotate them, you're not trying to do this, but you're trying to rotate the palms out so there's a stretch all the way down the arm through the torso. Good question. You get the gold star for today. Well, you almost got it, except you told the joke before. So, all right, meditation. I read something. This made a lot of sense to me. So, one of the hardest things to do is to get your mind to quiet down. Because your mind's doing what it always is supposed to do. It's always thinking. It's thinking about, do I got to write that check when I get home, or I've got to, change the oil on the car, or do something in the workshop, or whatever. Because your mind's always thinking. I like this analogy. Think of your thoughts as like trains coming through. So if you're over in Paris and you have all these trains going back and forth, just because the train is coming into a station doesn't mean you need to board it. So just because that thought is coming in your mind, you don't need to grab onto that thought. You just let the trains come and go, right? Let those thoughts come and go, just like those trains at the train station coming back and forth, all right? That's a really good way to think about those thoughts coming through your mind. So you're not trying to grab onto those thoughts. Trust me, you'll think of it when you get home. If you need to, write that check or balance the checkbook or whatever, you'll think of it when you get home, okay? So, any questions? Okay, so I'm going to close that light, turn off that light a little bit. So go ahead and scoot back in your chair if you need to. You use the back of your chair. We want you to be nice and relaxed. If you want to stay up on the edge of the chair, that's awesome. But I want you to be more concerned about your breathing and everything, okay? So sitting up nice and straight and tall. We're closing our eyes, taking a big, deep belly breath in. As we breathe out, clearing the mind of any thoughts, or cleansing the mind, as they call it. Once again, big, deep belly breath in. Exhale, clearing the mind of any thoughts, cleansing the mind. Let's do that one more time. Big, deep belly breath in. And as we breathe out, let all those thoughts leak out of your head. So now you're just focusing on your breathing, starting with the feet, taking a long, slow, deep belly breath in. Exhale, breathing out through the feet, relaxing our feet. Inhale, filling our lungs with air. Exhale, breathing out through our feet, relaxing our feet. Onto our legs. Taking a long, slow, deep belly breath in. As we breathe out, we're breathing out through our legs. Relaxing the upper leg, relaxing the knee, relaxing the lower leg. Inhale, filling our lungs with air. Exhale, breathing out through our legs, relaxing our legs. Onto the hips. Taking a big, deep belly breath in. As we breathe out, we're breathing out through our hips, relaxing your hips, relaxing your bottom. Inhale, filling our lungs with air once again. Exhale, breathing out through the hips, relaxing our hips. Onto the belly. So taking a long, slow, deep belly breath in. And as you breathe out, imagine you're breathing out through your navel, relaxing all the muscles at the front of the belly. Again, inhale, filling the lungs with air. Exhale, breathing out, through the navel, relaxing all the muscles at the front of the belly. Now to that inner stomach, taking a long, slow, deep belly breath in. As we breathe out, you're breathing out through your inner stomach. This is where we hold our anxiety. This is where we hold our tension. So you're letting go of that anxiety. You're letting go of that tension. Inhale, filling our lungs with air. Exhale, breathing out through that inner stomach, relaxing that inner stomach. Let's do that again. Big, deep belly breath in. Exhale, breathing out through the inner stomach, relaxing that inner stomach. Let's move on to our skin. So taking a long, slow, deep belly breath in. As we breathe out, stay focused on your breathing. We're breathing out through our skin, relaxing the whole body. Any tension that we have, we're letting that go. I'm not here, by the way. Inhale, filling those lungs with air. Exhale, breathing out through the skin, relaxing our skin, relaxing any tension we have in the body. Let's do that one more time. Taking a long, slow, deep belly breath in. And then as we breathe out, imagine you're breathing out through the whole body, relaxing the whole body. And that's probably a good place to stop right there. But look at how relaxed you are. And we're in a Parkinson's class, and I don't see any tremors right now. That is really amazing. So with the holidays coming up, this is a really good way to relax yourself. Don't take more medicine. A lot of those anti-anxiety drugs are not good for your balance, all right? I'm sorry? Your balance. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I can't hear where things are coming from. So most anti-anxiety medicines aren't good for your balance. And so if you can use meditation to relax the body naturally, you're doing yourself a huge, huge favor. Okay? And especially remember that I'm very blessed. I have a great family. So the holiday seasons aren't necessarily stressful for me. But for a lot of people, they are. And if you're getting under some stress or tension, just go into a different room and do some deep breathing for 10 minutes. It can make an amazing effect. And you don't have to take any of those anti-anxiety medicines, all right? All right, so that phone. Who's ever, make sure you silence your cell phone next time, all right? So that way it doesn't go off during meditation, okay? All right, I'm going to go ahead and turn on the light so it's going to get brighter in here. And I have no idea where that cell phone, I can't tell direction with my hearing anymore. But really, I've never heard you do that. Pardon me? Okay, no, that's fine. I'm not, if the worst thing that happens to me all week is a cell phone goes off in class, I'm having an awesome week. So, but yeah, just check your cell phones, make sure they're muted. I sometimes don't do that, and it comes out over that speaker when that phone's ringing. So, but I muted it this time. Anyway, you guys have an awesome week. We'll see you next Thursday. Okay, 11 o'clock next Thursday or 11 o'clock next Friday, where we do meditation. Okay, thank you. Good job.